Hi, it's Jack Emberly, stepping back in time to my teaching years. I just wanted to let you know about a soon-to-be-available new book of stories about life in a school called Better Days Elementary. The lead story on the cover, called Goodbye Chums, was long listed in the 2022 CBC Short Story Competition. Ooh. Here's an excerpt. Mrs. White at Better Days Elementary worried about her parent-teacher conference at 8 p.m. It would be her first with Dr. Khan since the Student Assessment Committee placed Mohammed in her grade 3 class. In 3 months, the boy hadn't spoken a word to her or Mrs. Edelman, the teaching assistant. But that was expected. Mohammed hadn't spoken to anyone, even his father, in 2 years. Dr. Khan wanted to tell Mohammed's teacher something about that. I believe it is of vital importance, he said on the phone. Gul Khan lived in Afghanistan until he was 12 in a village not far from Jalalabad city. Dr. Khan explained the Taliban considered a 12-year-old ready to fire a rifle or set an improvised explosive device. My parents would never leave their homeland, Dr. Khan said, but they arranged my exit to Pakistan before it was too late. There was an aunt and uncle in London, where Dr. Khan completed medical school and married Lillian, a doctor from Canada contracted to the hospital where Dr. Khan was a resident. Mohammed was firstborn. 2 years later, his brother, Abdul. Mohammed always loved to write stories, Dr. Khan said. He had talked about sharing them with the Afghan grandparents. They had been to Canada and taken him sledding at Whistler. Abdul drew a picture. It showed the family grinning behind huge snowflakes. The following spring, Abdul took his pictures off his bedroom wall after his father's sad news. An earthquake had destroyed his grandparents' village. I promised my sons we would all be together in the afterlife, said Dr. Khan. Then we held each other and cried. After that, Abdul stopped drawing, and Mohammed seldom spoke. One day, in an attempt to dispel the gloom that had taken over her family, Mrs. Khan announced they were all going to the countryside for a picnic. The boys weren't enthusiastic, Dr. Khan said, but my wife wouldn't take no for an answer. It was the day terrorists bombed a subway train that killed 50 people. Mrs. Khan and Abdul had just rounded a cement wall to the platform when it exploded. Mohammed and his father had lagged behind or they would have died as well. After that, Mohammed's self-imposed silence began in earnest. It continued after he and Mohammed emigrated to Canada to be near my son's remaining grandparents, Dr. Khan said. The first time Dr. Khan met Mrs. White, he asked how other children would respond to a child who didn't speak. She'd explained the new boy was dealing with deep sadness. Children know what grief is, she said. A grandparent will have died. They will have known a family crisis. I once taught a little girl from Somalia, she said. That girl too had seen too much. The other children sensed her pain. They hovered around her like brooding hens. Mrs. White's grade 3s hovered around Mo like brooding hens. A child helped him with his arithmetic. A girl read to him. A boy fetched him a crayon. When the kids played soccer, team captains chose Mo first, even though he stood silently in the backfield, moving only when Mrs. Edelman kicked an approaching ball. I never told them to do anything, Mrs. Edelman reported. They did it on their own. Mrs. White kept salmon fry in her classroom aquarium. When Dr. Khan arrived, he walked directly to it and stared inside. Our salmon enhancement project, Mrs. White explained. We have to release them soon. We call it our Goodbye Chums Day. Mrs. White, began Dr. Kahn, I know about your salmonids already, from Mohammed. It is the reason I am here today. Dr. Kahn placed an 8 by 10 sheet of white paper on the table and rotated it towards her. It was a child's skilled drawing of strange little creatures in a fish tank. To be continued. Well, that's it for now. My books and I will be at the Golden Ears United Church Christmas Market at 22165 Dewdney Trunk Road on November 15th, and the Meadow Highlands Mobile Home Co-op at 11892 Ponderosa Boulevard, November 16th. Hope to see you there.